my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video, we are doing a weight loss update. I feel like it has been a hot minute since I've given you an update on how things are going. So glad you're here. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we go any further though, I do want to take a second to thank our video sponsor today, Mochi Health. I've shared Mochi Health with you before, and I know so many of you are now Mochi users. I'm thrilled to be sharing them again. Mochi Health is the telehealth obesity management program. Their goal is to make comprehensive obesity management care affordable and accessible, regardless of your level of insurance coverage. Mochi Health takes a holistic approach to weight loss. That includes visits with board-certified doctors, nutrition consultants, and medication delivered right to your door. Mochi's mission is to make every patient feel heard and understood without shame or blame. Here's how it works. You start by taking their free online eligibility quiz. Once you determine your eligibility, you sign up for your plan, whether that's nutrition only or nutrition and medication, and then you schedule your appointment with your board-certified provider. You'll meet with your doctor, discuss all of your symptoms in detail, and have medication prescribed if necessary. And as I mentioned, that medication gets delivered right to your mailbox. Membership to Mochi includes visits with your Mochi provider, unlimited visits with your registered dietitian, optional orders for labs, sleep apnea tests, scans or genetic testing, support from the prior authorization team, administration and refill team support, as well as access to the Mochi online patient portal and support groups. Mochi membership can be paid monthly or annually, ranging in price from $69 a month if you pay monthly to $49 a month if you pay annually, plus the cost of medication. And here's the best part. A 1-month supply of compound semaglutide is $99 a month, and a 1-month supply of compound tirzepatide, which is what I take, is $199 a month. And that price doesn't go up no matter what your dosage is. I have heard over and over and over again from so many of you that taking the medical route to addressing your obesity issues is something your doctor recommends, even prescribing the medication, and yet your insurance doesn't cover it. That's why collaborating with Mochi Health is so important to me. I believe in this program. I know people personally, both friends and family, who are actively using Mochi Health, and I know what a difference these medications have made in my life. New Mochi patients will receive $40 off their monthly membership when using my link down in the description box. I have personally met with a member of the Mochi team, and I am very impressed with what they offer. Again, if you're interested in seeing if you qualify, you can take the online eligibility quiz at their website, use the link down in my description box, and you'll receive $40 off your first month's membership. And again, thank you from the very bottom of my heart to Mochi Health for sponsoring today's video. With that said, I want to start by addressing, exactly why we're here. So I have been on quite the health journey for the last year. It's been literally just a little over a year since I took the leap and decided to get very serious about my health. I started this journey last February at 266 pounds. That was my heaviest. Here's a picture of that gal last summer. It was really interesting. This picture popped up in my memories because it was my son Ronan's birthday, and Danny and I took this picture with him last June when it was his birthday. And I literally started crying when I saw the picture. Not out of sadness for this woman, but just out of pure joy that I am not in that place anymore, and that I took my health seriously, because this lady was on a fast track to ending her life early because of obesity, morbid obesity. And I'm just so thankful that I was brave enough to take the step and get serious about weight loss. So this is that same picture recreated this year, kind of crazy. And as of today, I am down 83 pounds. And it's been, like I said, a little over a year. I have an entire playlist about my weight loss journey, why I got started, how I got started. I'll link all of that for you down below. I don't want to, kind of rehash all of those things, but it has been a journey, that is for sure. It was last February that I went for my physical, and February 2024 that I went for my physical, and my doctor was like, something's got to give. you are way too heavy, you are morbidly obese, and I think you need to try some weight loss medication. And I said, okay, what have I got to lose, right? So long story short, I have been on Zepbound, which is tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is the active ingredient in Zepbound. It is FDA approved for weight loss. And when I first started taking it, it was in very short supply. I couldn't get my prescription for the first 3 weeks. It took a while for insurance to approve it. I don't have any comorbidities with my obesity. My A1C was not high, my blood pressure wasn't high, anything like that. My BMI alone was at like 49%, and that my insurance qualified me with just that because I was in the morbidly obese category. And that's really not good. And so you start off with these medications at 2.5 milligrams, and then you titrate up over time. And I am now currently taking the 15 milligram, which is the highest dose. And I feel incredible. When I take my shot, I do have a little bit of some symptoms. I do get tired. Sometimes I'll just kind of get this overall icky feeling like I'm just not hungry, and I just kind of want to go to sleep, or like I always say it feels like I'm in my first trimester of pregnancy, just not quite nauseous, but like a little bit uneasy tummy and just tired, you know what I mean? But that goes away usually within 24 hours or so. And I feel great. I really don't want to spend a ton of time talking about the GLP-1 medication. It's not for everybody. It definitely was for me. I am a huge advocate for weight loss medication. I think that these are going to revolutionize healthcare, preventative healthcare. And there's a ton of research out there about what the GLP-1 hormone does in your body. It is more than just an appetite suppressant. It affects every single part of your body. GLP-1 is actually created by your body. We just utilize it differently, and it usually is utilized within less than a minute, and your body doesn't have enough to do what it needs. So again, if you're curious, go do the research. You can go to Mochi Health and take their eligibility quiz to see if you would qualify for something like that. Reach out to your primary care physician, talk to them. Everybody is not a candidate. Just because you might have pounds to lose doesn't mean that you are a candidate for weight loss medication. So just want to make that clear. I'm not a doctor. I am not saying that, tirzepatide or GLP-1 medications in general are right for anybody, just because you have some pounds to lose. But I know for me, it has completely changed my life. I feel like I got my life back, and I am very, very thankful. So as of right now, I am plugging away at the 15 milligrams. I currently weigh in at 183 pounds. I'm 5'3", so I do still have, weight to lose. My goal is to be somewhere between 160 and 150. So I'd like to lose, another 25 pounds or so. I feel like when I do clothing hauls on my channel and I share that, like, the shirt that I'm wearing is a medium, the jeans that I'm wearing are a 12, people are like, how in the world could you wear a 12 if you're 180 pounds? And you have to remember that every body is different. Our composition is different. I'm very, very lucky that my weight is evenly distributed all across my body. There is no part of my body that fat discriminates against. So it spreads out, you know what I mean? Which I think does, and I've lost it pretty much like consistently, evenly across my body. So I think that allows for me to maybe wear a smaller size instead of everything being concentrated in one area. I definitely have bigger areas than others. My legs are one of them. I definitely have thick legs. I still carry a lot of weight in my belly. So those are, goals for me, but I am still using the MyFitnessPal app. I still use it to track my calories. I currently sit at about 1,700 calories a day. I do try to work out almost every day, and so that does give me more calories, but I don't eat those. The MyFitnessPal app does put you in a calorie deficit, but I always just think of it as if I don't eat what I work out, I'm in a little bit of a bigger calorie deficit. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not, I won't. Just kind of intuitively eat. I listen to my body. There's nothing that I say no to. I have talked a lot about this on my channel. I don't restrict anything. I just try to do it in moderation and have small little, small portion sizes. Like for example, the other night, Danny and I were watching a movie and I got ice cream and I got like a little pint. I love the Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake. And before I would finish that entire container, where the other night I had maybe 5 bites of it. And I haven't even touched it since. That's the great thing about a GLP-1 medication is it helps with those cravings, gets rid of food noise. You don't have to have it just because it's there, just because you love it. And I also am firmly standing behind the psychology of, I know that I'll have another opportunity to have that again, where before, when I would put myself in these super restrictive diets, it always felt like I was never going to be able to have that again. And it would stress me out, and then I would stress eat, and it just would spiral from there. So I don't do that anymore. I feel like I have a much healthier relationship with food. One thing I will say that's kind of like a negative thing about the medication is that sometimes it's hard for me to eat. Sometimes I don't have an appetite at all, and that can be hard. Same thing with like drinking. Sometimes I just don't want to eat or drink, and so it's hard to get my water in. When I'm having days like that, I try to have protein shakes. Fresh fruit will help me. Like I love a good Honeycrisp apple. Those help me a lot. Fresh oranges, carrots, that kind of thing. And I always have to have flavored water. That definitely helps me as well. Ice cold flavored water from my Awala is the only way that I can get my water goals met. And I fall short still. The one thing I will tell you that has been an absolute game changer in my weight loss with or without a GLP-1 medication is moving my body. I will stall. I will literally not lose a pound or lose and gain the same pound or pound and a half for weeks. And then I change up my workout routine and I'm back to losing. So my body has to be not only in a calorie deficit from food, but I need to be burning calories every day in order to be able to lose weight. So I do that in a number of different ways. I do that walking. I still use the WalkFit app. I use a stationary bike that we have in our bedroom. That's easy to use. You just pop on there. I have added a weighted vest. That's 12 pounds. Get it on Amazon. I try to use that when I'm walking. If I'm not going to go on a walk, I'll wear it for an hour or so, like while doing chores around the house, to just help with bone density and muscle loss. I also have a rowing machine, and I also use the Body app, BODI. It used to be Beachbody. They actually have a GLP-1 workout series that I really, really like. I love the arm one. I did that this morning. That was really good, And then I also recently have added Pilates, and that has been a new favorite. I love the Pilates that I have been doing. I've been using the Better Me app, and I purchased their like little home Pilates kit that came with like a ring and a ball and resistance bands, rubber bands. That has been killer. It's amazing. Pilates will remind you of muscle groups that you forgot you had. And, they're 15 to 20 minute exercises, workout routines, and they are so killer. And I'm sore for ever afterward, but they do such a great job. And they're low impact, but high reward. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is here, but I just feel like they're not like, you don't burn a ton of calories doing them, but I have noticed my clothes have been fitting differently, and I've been getting a ton of compliments saying, well, you look so great, you've lost so much weight, even if the scale has only moved a pound or two. I know that the composition of my body is changing. I did not do measurements. I wish that I had. I was so against doing measurements. I remember I took the measurement on my waist a few months ago because I needed to order something online. And I think I remember what it was, and I should do another waist measurement again. But really the only measurement tool I've been using is the scale and the size of the clothes. So dropping. I started my weight loss journey in 20 to 22 size pants, and I am currently wearing a 12. So I have lost a significant amount of weight. I mean, 83 pounds is nothing to scoff at, but I feel like when I look at myself, the number and how I feel and how my clothes fit don't always, match up. But when you've been a bigger girl your whole life, you might have a touch of body dysmorphia and see, only certain things. I know for me, I have a lot of loose skin in my tummy area, like down here, down low, like a hormonal tummy, perimenopausal tummy, and on top of all of that, extra skin. And even though my stomach feels flatter, I feel so much better and trimmer. That's all I see. And it makes me insane. I feel like no matter what, it's just going to mess with like my image of myself. And so, I want to address that, and I'm addressing it internally by doing the Pilates and working out and working to get rid of belly fat, but also you can't get rid of loose skin. You can only do it surgically. So I do have a consultation in July to meet with a plastic surgeon to talk about what my options are for loose skin removal, depending on the severity of it and the side effects that you're having from it. Sometimes insurance covers that. So I'm interested to see, what the doctor says. And I'll keep you posted. I've been very open, and I like to think that I'm pretty transparent when it comes to my weight loss journey. I have never once tried to, say that I lost weight without the help of medication. I don't find any shame in using a GLP-1 whatsoever. And I'm so thankful that these medications exist. And like I said, they changed my life. But my point is, I feel like I've been very transparent in my weight loss journey. So when I go into this new phase of, body rebuilding, I want to share that with you as well. I do share a lot in stories over on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there at Charlotte Grove Farmhouse. I've been trying to share about like my workouts and those types of things because I know so many of you are in the same boat. I'm 41, I'll be 42 in November. I am in perimenopause. I have had a hysterectomy, only partial. I'm not on any kind of hormone replacement, but your body composition is just so different in your 40s than it was in your 20s, and so in your 30s. So knowing that, addressing it, appropriately is so important. So that's where we're at, and that's my update for you guys. I am just staying consistent. That is the number one thing that I will say I feel has made the difference for me. Some weeks I don't lose anything. Some weeks I lose a half a pound. Other weeks I lose 2 pounds, but staying consistent, moving my body, changing that up when I need to, but staying consistent in moving my body as often as possible, trying to stay in a calorie deficit, doing intuitive eating when I'm hungry, not forcing it when I'm not hungry, and just making, smarter decisions when it comes to food, eating less. That's been the biggest thing for me, is smaller portions of anything I want has been very, very helpful. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comments below. I will try to answer any that I can. As I mentioned again, I am not a doctor. I am not here trying to promote, anything other than health. And I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Make sure you check out Mochi Health if you are interested in that, see if you qualify. And until the next video, my friends, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.